front of me, I have all the AirPods you can buy today: AirPods 4, AirPods Pro, and AirPods Max. And I'm going to compare them by portability, comfort, noise canceling, sound quality, and battery. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which AirPods are right for you. All right, so let's start with portability and convenience, because depending on how you plan on using them, you might want them to be super portable, or you might not even care at all. But if portability is important to you, you should definitely look at AirPods 4 or the AirPods Pro, because they come in these tiny pill-shaped cases that honestly kind of look like dental floss, but they're very easy to carry. You can just throw them in your pockets. If I had to nitpick, the AirPods Pro case is a tiny bit wider than the AirPods 4 case, but the difference is so minimal, I really doubt that you'll notice in your day-to-day use. The obvious outlier here is the AirPods Max with its over-ear design, as well as its smart case. You obviously can't carry these as easily as the AirPods Pro or the AirPods 4s, but I mean, you can put them around your neck like this. Or if you're feeling fashionable, you can try this too. But the ear cups don't fold down either, they only rotate, so you have to put them in the smart case and toss them in your backpack, or you can carry around like a mini purse. So yeah, if you're looking for something super easy to carry and not have to worry about it, AirPods 4 or the AirPods Pro are probably the no-brainers here. But that only matters if you find them comfortable to wear, so let's move on to comfort and fit. All the models have different fit styles, so this is where your ear shapes as well as your personal preference when it comes to fit matters the most. The AirPods 4 have an open ear design, meaning they have the standard plastic tips that sit in your ears without creating any sort of physical seal, and can let in outside noise more naturally. And these are actually the lightest out of all three, so much so that I actually forget that I have them on half the time, which is why I usually go for these in most situations, like for walks or working at my desk for long periods of time. The AirPods Pro, I have the first gen with me, not the newest second generation, are basically like the AirPods 4s with silicone tips. So you get that snug locked in feel that's perfect for the gym or just being active in general. But if you don't like having earbuds in your ears in any shape or form, the AirPods Max are definitely your best bet with its over-ear design. They definitely feel premium with these aluminum ear cups and retractable stainless steel band, but that also means it's on the heavy side even compared to its competitors like Bose or Sony, which are made mostly of plastic. Thankfully, the headband and ear cups have this mesh textile for comfort and breathability, but I've personally noticed some discomfort when I'm wearing them for longer periods of time. My ears would get pretty warm and sweaty, especially at the gym after a while, so I found myself taking them off pretty frequently to let my ears breathe a bit. Quickly going over the controls here, the AirPods 4 and Pro both use squeeze stems for play, pause, and skipping tracks, but only the Pro, the second generation, lets you swipe up and down on the stems for volume control, which I really wish the first gen AirPods Pro had as well. The Max has the physical crown, which honestly feels super nice for adjusting volume precisely, plus a separate button to toggle active noise cancellation or transparency mode. All right, before we get into noise cancellation, quick thanks to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. They sent me over their E6 standing desk, and this actually came at a perfect time because I've been meaning to upgrade my workspace for a while. Assembly was super quick, it took me less than an hour to get it up and running. I wanted a desk that could handle all my gear without wobbling, especially with my full Apple setup. I have my MacBook, my iPad off to the side, and everything still stays rock solid even when I'm raising the desk. And one of my weird non-negotiables was wheels. And that's mainly because I need to move the desk around when I'm filming, and this desk moves around very smoothly. As for the performance, this thing can lift up to 352 pounds with ease thanks to its dual motors. And this is genuinely one of the quietest desks that I've ever used. Let me just show you how it sounds real quick. It also comes with these backlit memory buttons that let you save your standing and sitting heights, as well as 2 additional configurations. I just love not having to readjust it manually every time. I can just hit a button and it goes exactly where I want. I also picked the 55 by 28 bamboo desktop, and I think it complements my setup really nicely. It's made from real bamboo using lateral compression, which basically means it's compressed sideways instead of it being stacked, to give it that smooth, flat look. It's durable, and it just feels premium. So if you've been meaning to make an upgrade to your workspace for a while, check out FlexiSpot. They're actually having a sale on Amazon at the end of June, and you can also use my code down below for 10% off. Thanks again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. All right, so let's talk about noise cancellation and sound quality. The AirPods 4's noise cancellation quality actually surprised me quite a bit. It's decent at muting steady noise like traffic hum or wind when you're walking, but because they don't have any of that physical seal, it's much easier to break that bubble and get sound leaks, especially when the AirPods move even a tiny bit. I mean, it's definitely a nice to have, and I personally use it often, but it's nothing mind-blowing. All right, for the AirPods Pro, like I said, I still own the first generation, and I never felt like I needed to upgrade to the second generation for better noise cancellation because honestly, these are able to block out everyday noise perfectly fine. But unlike the AirPods 4, these do have silicone tips, meaning they create that natural seal even before noise cancellation can kick in. That said, the second generation does take noise cancellation up another notch, so if you're looking for best possible noise cancellation in an in-ear fit, you might want to go for the second generation. We can't talk about noise cancellation without the AirPods Max, since they deliver the best quality noise cancellation with its over-ear design. They're great at killing steady hums like plane engines and handle voices and sudden sounds much better than the other two, so if you're looking for that total immersive vacuum feeling, the Max are the ones to get, but you definitely pay for it in size and its price. Also, the transparency model is actually great in all three models. They all do a great job in letting in the outside noise pretty naturally. And sound quality pretty much matches the price of each model. The AirPods Max obviously sound the biggest and fullest. The Pro have a bit more punch than the 4 because of the physical seal and better drivers, but honestly, for daily music and podcasts, they all sound pretty good, and I'm also not an audiophile, so unless you are one, I think they all sound pretty decent. So yeah, I mean, AirPods Max are unbeatable for total immersion, but I feel like the Pros really hit that everyday sweet spot for a lot of people. All right, let's go over battery and charging really quick. The AirPods 4 will get you up to 4 to 5 hours of listening, and with the case, you'll get up to 20 to 30 hours total. The AirPods Pros last up to 6 hours per charge and up to 30 hours total with the case, and both the 4 and the Pro can get you about an hour of playback from a 5-minute charging in the case. The AirPods Max are the battery champ for all-day use at about 20 hours on a single charge with active noise cancellation on, but you do have to keep the smart case around to put them in low power mode, otherwise there's no way to really turn them off. And a quick 5-minute charge will get you additional 1.5 hour of playback. They all charge via USB-C, both the AirPods 4 and the Pro have wireless charging, and AirPods Pro is the only one that has MagSafe charging. So yeah, overall the battery life is pretty great across the board, and no matter which model you have, you probably won't stress too much about charging unless you forget to charge the AirPods Max overnight. All right, so which AirPods should you actually buy? And like I said in the beginning, it really depends. If you just want the all-purpose, easy to carry earbuds, the AirPods 4 are pretty unbeatable. They're super portable, super comfortable, has decent active noise cancellation, the cheapest model at $179, and it's my personal favorite. But if you want the best balance of portability, comfort, and solid noise canceling without going overboard on pricing, the AirPod Pros are the best bang for your buck at $250, especially if you care about the snug fit and better physical seal. Lastly, if you're looking for the best active noise cancellation as well as full immersive sound quality, the AirPods Max are in their own league, including the price at $550. So yeah, I think it's great that they have different options for everyone, so pick what fits your lifestyle as well as your budget, and let me know in the comments which AirPods you already have or you're planning on buying, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.